Well, hi there, welcome back to Devizes. I'm Bill Huntley, and you join me today on a beautiful sunshiny day. I'm joined by Paul and Chris, two friends of mine who are very heavily involved with the Sheep Street Baptist Church, which is to my left-hand side. We're in the garden of that church. We've adopted it as the Devizes television garden, like Blue Peter. And we're going to have a chat. They ran a fun day last Saturday. The weather was fantastic, thankfully. I've come to find out exactly what it was all about and how successful it was. So, Paul, you first. What was it all about?
Well, we're a church that very much believes to be involved in its community, and this is a project that's been running for about 6 months, and we have done a survey of our community to find out what the needs of the community are in association with ASTA communities, and to try and improve the lot and the cohesion of our community around where we are as a church. And so the fun day was a culmination of that, where people had the opportunity to bring back their surveys and enjoy themselves. Actually, that's probably the...
So it was a church initiative, but you didn't have to be a member of the church then to actually come along and have a good time.
Absolutely right. It was very much about community. It's about our whole community around the church, not just about the members of the congregation. Yeah.
Because I'm sure, like myself, if you are of a certain age, and hell, I am, I can remember these community parties when I was a little boy, for all manner of different things. Yes, I mean, it would be, for instance, the Queen's coronation and Jubilee and things like that, but not necessarily. I mean, it would be VJ Day, VE Day, and you would have communities would set up tables and with food that was possibly still on ration, and everybody would get together. Was that what you were kind of aiming for then, Paul?
Well, absolutely right. It's about actually, whilst we are quite a big group of people surrounding this area, people are quite often locked up within their own property, and we're quite a transient society these days, and we find that people quite often are just people that pass in the night. Mm-hmm. Whereas actually we're trying to rebuild that sense of community spirit, and we think there needs to be more things to be done in the community. As a church, we do a number of things. We've been doing a number of things over the last few years, and we intend to do quite a few more to build real, true community.
Oh, I see, yeah. And Chris, I mean, obviously, Chris is one of our local entertainers. I mean, Chris and I go back 100 years, and he's in various bands and as a solo artist as well. You had Pete Lamb's Heartbeats here,
yeah,
and which you're the guitarist and vocalist. I'm told they went down well. Now, go on, did they?
I hope
Absolutely.
so. I hope so.
Yeah,
they gave it their time, free.
Yeah.
They to come along and do it. They wanted to be involved. They thought it was a really good cause and just wanted to be there. And unfortunately, our drummer was unable to come, so another drummer kindly stood in as well. So Alan Jones, he came along and stood in for us as well. So.
Yeah, we've got photos of Alan on our channel and what have you, and also the DVD as well. So if you want to see Pete Lamb's Heartbeats, fronted by Chris Stone, tune into Devizes Television, or indeed go on my Facebook, Bill Huntley. Just go on my Facebook page and it's all on there. So, and again, the guys are presumably not members of this church.
No. We also had Charlotte Bolton. She does dancing lessons here, and we had her dancers. They came along and did almost an hour's entertainment and ballet and show type dancing. It was excellent.
And so, did you have pretty much a mixed age group come along, or was it primarily older people, younger people? What?
Absolutely mixed age group, which is exactly what we were.
Exactly what you're looking for. The young can help the old, and the old can give the young their generation's experiences, I guess, and so one hand washes the other.
Absolutely.
So okay, and so the fun day. The good Lord looked down, and you had a beautiful sunshiny day, because the day previous it poured with rain, and the day after it did as well. So they must have done something right. And okay, that was successful, and I mean, obviously one tries to build on success. What have you got coming up in the future?
Well, we're already going to be planning for next year. We're going to do the same thing again next year. This was a learning curve as much as anything, right. As part of the survey as well. One of the survey's questions was what else can we do? Okay. We've already done film nights where we give the community a free film night. We do a Christmas Day lunch for our community.
Yeah, I heard about that.
We do we do for the first. Is it the second and the fourth, Chris? I think is the second and the fourth. We do lunch at 1 for our older citizens, where they can come along and have a 3-course meal for, I think it's £2.50 or something like that.
Right.
And again, it's all about building that group of people.
Getting the community spirit back.
Absolutely right.
I don't think you can odds that. I think that's something that we should all be aiming for in this day and age. That so we tend, by our very lifestyles, in so many cases, become isolationist. And Chris and Paul, the old memory's not what it was. Chris, Paul, and all the guys at the church here are doing their bit to try and reform our communities, which I think can only be for the good. So why don't you try and join in, not necessarily with these guys, but do something where you live. If you've got something coming up, contact Devizes Television. We'll do our level best to actually give you as much support as we possibly can, in whatever way, shape or form we can. So Paul, Chris, thanks ever so much for chatting to me, and long may your good work continue.
Thank you. Thank you.